Okay, let's go over what we're doing today. Project is going to be due tomorrow by the end of class, or if you prefer, by the very end of the day, by midnight. Tomorrow I'm going to show you how to take a photo of your artwork, but also take a good photo of your artwork, one that gives justice to the time that you put into making it. And then I'm going to also show you how I'm expecting it to be submitted. So yesterday you completed one of the squares. Today we're going to complete 1 to 2 more of those squares. Tomorrow we'll have one, maybe 1.5 left over to complete. But you're going to have a lot more choice today. So what this is going to look like, in each of the squares, you are going to choose an element and a principle of design to make a design with. And I will explain and visualize exactly what that looks like right now. So as you remember, we're making our Andy Warhol inspired projects. You've picked similar objects or all of the same. You've made them nice and big so they fit in each square so there's not a bunch of white awkward space. And then we got to the point where we started adding in designs. So this is what it looked like on the first day. This is what it looked like after yesterday, or some kind of line design. Someone who did not have paper made and started their project in Google Drawing, if that is you, here's a great example of this working. So their first box, and everyone's first box is supposed to be using line and rhythm. Here you can see their line design, and since the lines are repeated but in different ways and places, it becomes rhythm. Now, in each of these, you'll complete 1 or 2 of them today and be left with the last ones tomorrow. You're going to choose your own element and principle to go in each shape. So, yesterday we chose line, which is an element, and these are the principles. We chose rhythm. Now you get to make a combination of at least one shape, or at least one element and at least one principle in each box. So how this is going to look, I've made you a cheat sheet. This does not include all of the combinations, but it includes most of them. So if we're looking at this top one right here, let's say we're doing square 2 right here. What I see in here is color, and the dots look like texture to me. So color and texture isn't in this option. There are so many more, but if you look in here, these are all different combinations too. So color and texture is not in our options, but color and texture are both elements. Scratch that. Color and repetition or pattern, that would be your element and principle. So hopefully I haven't just confused you to infinity and beyond. What you're doing, super simple terms. You finished this one. Now you're going to do 1 or 2 more. You're going to choose a combination. These are all the different combinations, and there's even more than that. You're picking one from this side and one from that side. In Google Classroom, you're going to find that there are resources for you. And guys, the design you make with the elements and principles, that's totally up to you. As long as it's school appropriate, have tons of fun with doing this. Don't overthink it. Just enjoy your time. Be careful. I want you to take your time while you're working so it turns out nicely. But let's look. Here's the combination sheets. If you want to see the combinations in front of you. If you don't want to see and use those combinations, there is an elements cheat sheet and a principles cheat sheet. So you can see you'll pick one of these and you'll pick one of these. And it gives a little bit more of a description for the principles because they're a little bit more complicated. Okay. So, all that being said, this is what I want you to do today. You may work ahead now because the next 3 squares or the last 3 squares are all going to be the same. Just make sure you're following the directions, and as you are working, if you want to make sure you're doing the right thing, or if you just need help, you need a place to get started, that's what I'm here for. So I am going to